Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by Hobbylink Japan. This is episode 231.
231.
231. Just keep going and going. The competition, the Playing with Plamo competition, is still ongoing. We clarified the rules last time for everybody, but if you're still concerned or maybe you need further clarification, just leave a comment and we will answer it. We've also included an FAQ at the bottom of the rules page.
Okay.
So if anybody has a question, please refer to the FAQ. It'll probably be expanding as we go. We do have some announcements to make.
Ta-da.
Dun, dun, dun. We just launched our HG stand campaign. Now these were originally, I think, released when they started the second season of the IBO kit.
Yeah, second season IBO kits.
We already had a campaign going on at that time, and so we saved these, and now we're launching it. So what you need to do is you need to purchase a qualifying Gundam kit, and then you will be given one of these stands randomly. So basically they're pretty simple, straightforward stands.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to them, but
you're also given stickers that make it kind of
yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. We have a clear goldish color.
Check it out.
Yeah, a black color. What do you got? The blue.
I got the blue and the clear. So
all right. So you will get one of these.
These are round display bases. If you can't see it in the video, so
we'll get a close up. There you go. All right. So everybody knows what they're in for, and of course all the information's on our site. So just the banner.
Yeah.
There we go. And we also have other announcements to talk about because we now have the information for the March release kits.
March releases.
You want to just jump right into that?
Sure.
Let's talk about Gundam.
Okay.
All right. First, want to talk about your favorite.
Ta-da! It's the Atlas.
That's right. RX-78AL Atlas Gundam.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one.
Yes. Now the Thunderbolt kits, even in HG, are very extravagant.
They are.
Everything on top of them. But look at what the Atlas comes in. Like skis, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, he's got these kind of weapon type things, skis that he slides in.
It's called the sub-reg railgun and stuff. That's what it is. And full setup.
And this one, we're actually getting some of these parts are molded in yellow, so I think there is going to be a mix. Some stickers like the waist. I think I saw a picture of this kit. It's like the yellow parts in the waist.
Okay.
That part's not probably going to be a sticker, but like the legs and the arm parts, those are going to be actual yellow pieces in there. So it's not going to be completely sticker. Yeah. Sticker fest.
Well, apparently there's 11 runners in this kit, which is kind of large. So it's going to have a lot of stuff.
It's a bit more expensive, but you're getting quite a bit of plastic with this one.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, the Master Grade now, the RX-78, right, from Origin.
Right.
This is the kit that was released previously. However, this is what they call their kind of special version, and they've listed some of the differences there, or some of the things that make it special. So the first one is that it's going to come with new packaging.
Ooh.
With Gundam the Rising visual image on it, right? The second one, which is probably what most people are excited about, is it's going to come with 2 LEDs.
Not just one, but 2.
And you can choose whether you want pink or yellow when you light up the eyes.
Oh my.
Okay, so that's kind of a really big bonus there. So you will get all this stuff in this box in this kind of special package. So people who have already built their Origin RX-78, well, maybe they can pick it up and install the extra LED into that too. Or you can just, if you haven't built it, now's your chance because it's a special release.
Yeah.
Okay, now continuing on with Origin, there's an HG Char's Zaku 1. There you go.
Yeah.
This looks very familiar to the Char's Zaku 1 that I just built. However, it does away with that machine gun belt.
Okay.
And it comes molded in slightly different colors. So there you go. It looks like you're going to have a new shield on there. Yeah, I guess they're just covering all their bases because this guy made an appearance in the anime. Okay, after that we have IBO. We're getting into IBO. And there's quite a few things here. And the first one is, of course, top secret.
Ta-da.
They call it Gundam Frame. Yeah. What do they want to call this one?
This one's B.
Yeah, B, temporary name B. So I think we already know the name of that first secret one. It's been announced. It's on our website. The Gundam Lupus Rex.
Right, the Lupus Rex.
Right, so now we're just waiting on kind of what this is going to be.
I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder. It's obviously going to use the same frame.
Huh.
Okay. Continuing on HG, the Biel. Yeah, we're going to get the HG kit in March, and we're also going to get the 1/100 Biel kit in March. So that month you're going to can be building 2 different versions of the Biel, although it looks like on the 1/100 the molding in the shoulder for the emblem comes on molded into the parts, whereas on the HG it will be a sticker.
Yeah.
So It actually looks pretty impressive, even if it's prototype look.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Reminds me of the F91 in some ways.
Ah.
You're also getting another option set. This is option set 9.
Well, this option set's kind of cool because when that 100 scale, the Grey's custom came out, and it had the cool feet, and I was kind of jealous that we didn't have that in HG form. Yeah. This custom set is finally giving us those cool ground type feet for the Greys. They're not going to be painted, though, so you'll have to get it painted to have the correct color. But
it also looks like they're giving you legs that you can put on your Man Roadie.
Yeah, the Man Roadie, we're getting new Man Roadies, and we're getting a new head for... I forget the name of that one. The Guerrero.
Yeah, there you go. So you can kind of customize the current kits that we already have, of course. Option sets give you options.
Yeah.
HG Petite Guy.
Yeah, this one's kind of cool.
Yeah, what is the title of this one? It's Pretty in Pink and Poochie Poochie Guy.
Poochie Poochie.
So Poochie Guys are already small enough, but they're giving you an even smaller one to be held by the Petite Guy.
Poochie Guy.
Poochie Poochie Guy.
So you have like a mama bear guy, and then you have the little baby bear guy, and the baby bear guy has his own baby bear guy.
Yeah, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Is there going to be a Poochie Poochie
Poochie Poochie times 3? Okay, Gundam.
Ooh.
The Build Fighters. The Build Fighters AR. This is the Amazing Strike Freedom.
Yeah.
This was at the Gunpla Expo, but I never got close enough to get the video I needed. But yeah, you're using the Strike Freedom as a base, and you're putting on the extras on there to kind of customize them as you do with all your Build Fighters kits. Speaking of Build Fighters, Build Fighters Try, this super popular one.
Yeah, we're getting...
Yeah, Super Fumina, Axis Angel.
Wow.
Yes. She is going to be super popular, so I suggest everybody get their order in, because the last time they released the Super Fumina HG, it was sold out immediately.
It was gone.
It was gone, and we had to wait for the restocks, which took them some time because of just demand was so high.
This
one? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I remember here in Japan too, like the regular shops around, all the shops were just sold out of Super Fumina.
Yeah, she was super popular. She's coming with wings.
Ooh. And
she kind of looks like a nurse with a pink outfit, I think. But she's got wings.
And this hat of hers has that. What's that look? Is it full?
Like eyes?
Yeah, it looks similar to. I can't remember the name of it, but
it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. It looks like lots of stickers for the legs again. Now the one I am most excited about.
Oh,
the Master Grade Providence. Dun, dun, dun. This thing is gonna be huge. It's gonna be big.
It looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool, and there's gonna be 2 versions of it upon release.
Yeah.
So this is important. We want to make sure everybody knows. There is going to be the normal release, which is just kind of the normal. MG price, 5,000 yen. Our price, of course, is like less than that. But there is another one that's called the special set.
Yeah.
And that's 7,000 yen. What their MSRP is, of course. That special set is going to be one time only at release date, right? Once it's gone, it's gone. But it is going to come with a Zaft Mark shaped action base.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
To mount your huge Providence, because this thing is monstrous. And it's going to come with MG Seed Series decal sheet.
Yeah.
And it looks like the decal sheet is like A4 size.
Yeah, this looks like A4 size. They've done some A4 size decals, but not available for regular market. Yeah. But I think this has decals for other kits as well, not just this one.
So you could probably put on your Freedom 2.0 and things like that. So if you want in on this limited stuff, you got to get the special set that is coming first. And there is a difference in price, and they're different on our website as well. So you can clearly see which one you're getting. There should be no confusion. I want the special set. There it is. It even says special set. You place your pre-order. Right? So we won't mix up. But both kits, of course, it's just the MG Providence. I expect it to be similar to the Freedom 2.0, so I'm excited. It's going to have Dragoons, of course.
Yeah.
That will come off of that giant backpack.
That backpack looks cool.
Yeah, it's going to have its giant beam rifle and gun and shield and whatnot. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. There's going to be a lot of plastic in here. So it says runners. There's like 17 of them in the special set. One of them will be that stand.
Right.
And the normal one's 16 runners. So 16 runners in here, plus everything else. There's a lot of stuff in this
That's
MG.
probably going to be a pretty big box.
It's going to be a pretty big box. And, okay, another one we were super excited about when we saw it at the expo. The RG, excitement embodied.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gold frame Amatsumina. So this is a our Astray variant.
Yeah.
Gundam Seed Astray. We've already seen the red frame, and that was a pretty simple kit to put together. This one, it gets all kind of crazy.
It does. It looks a bit bulkier than the other ones.
It is. I imagine we're using the same frame, the B runner from the RG red frame. It'll just be black and gold, I imagine.
Right.
But there's just a ton of armor to put on this thing to give it that look, the wings and everything else and how they open up. And then it's going to come with just a lot of weapons, a lot of them. So it looks like if you look at the sheet, lance, beam shield, and everything else. I think they're totaling it as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of weapons, and some of them double up like that. Spear.
He's fully armed.
He is fully armed. He's normally I think RGs are around like 2,500 yen.
Yeah.
MSRP. This one they're putting at 3,000. So
okay,
there's extra plastic in there.
Yeah, you're getting a bit more with this one.
Getting a bit more, and of course we're gonna see another 1/72 scale Macross. This time it's the Draken 3. There you go, and there's even an Ultraman.
An Ultraman Mecha Collection.
Ultra 7 in there, so there you go. March is pretty stacked. Pretty stacked. So there you go, March.
It's going to
be busy.
March is a big month for releases.
It's a big month, Providence.
Providence.
I heard
Atlas.
a rumor that the Justice MG is coming as well.
Well, they kind of showed it, but
I saw a picture, but we haven't got any official info. But we were a little bit late getting the info from the March releases due to holidays and things like that. So the April one might be coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
actually, next
week maybe. So once we know, we will tell you. We have a stack of kits that did arrive today. You want to talk about that?
Sure.
Yeah. I feel I should move my huge monstrous kits that are in the way of the stack.
I'll move my
How you
tiny
doing over
little
there,
kits.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. First off, we have 2 of the Super Saiyans.
Okay.
Right. We have Son Goku and we have Vegeta. This is part of the Figure Eye standard line.
Right.
We talked about this briefly, although I don't think we put together one of these standard ones yet to show the biceps and stuff like that.
No, I don't.
That was a plan, but we never got around to it just because there's so much good Plamo coming out at the end of the year. So we may kind of peek into these a little later, but people who have been waiting upon these now, Dragon Ball fans, they are here. You can get them both, and you can make that pose. Do you see that pose, Todd?
Yeah, the fighting pose.
I don't know, tag team.
Well, look at those hands it comes with.
Yeah,
it'd be fun to steal these hands and put them on a Gundam.
That's right. It comes with 3 types of hand parts. You need the pointing Gundam, right?
You could just say the Gundam is actually somebody cosplaying, and there's the real hand sticking out.
There you go. Can you just put those over there for now?
Sure.
And we'll talk about the next one. We'll put them on the floor if you need to. The next 2 we have are from IBO. IBO Season 2. So we have the Roe. The Roe. He's, I don't know.
Roe.
Roe. He is, I don't know. Some of the IBO kits for me are hit and miss.
Yeah.
Some of them I really, really like.
It feels like I've seen this before, to be honest.
And some of them, maybe not.
I built this as the first season, but I guess it's a slightly different version of
this. This is number 32 already.
Yeah, can you believe it?
IBO. So there you go. And it looks like it's going to come with, the source kind of type we've seen before and whatnot. And it looks like it actually, of course, will be a lot of fun to play with. But this is the one I'm more excited about. Number 31. Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Look at this big bad boy. Look at that.
I think there's a mobile suit that comes with that sword, too.
Yeah, maybe. It's the Rain Car. It is the Rain Car. He is a big, burly dude, Viking. Go Viking with a big sword. I hate to do this to you, Todd, but I'm going to take the Rain Car, and you're going to take the Roe.
The Roe.
Roe. And next week we'll have these for people.
Okay.
And that will wrap up January, I believe. So, 2 IBO kits. We'll show them off next week. But now we got to talk about the kits that we have right in front of us. Now, we each have 2.
We do.
Like we could say, we'll start small and work our way up, but maybe we'll do something different. There's a kit on here that we've shown before, and there is a reason for that. Somebody asked if we could talk about the frame covers on the Zaku like we did on the full armor Gundam. And I thought, that's a really good idea because they actually don't work the same way in some areas. So we are going to do another type of tutorial on this guy with the frame covers, which means we should probably leave it to last because it will take some time. But I also have another MG that I want to talk about.
Ooh.
But again, it could take some time, seeing as MGs are just a little more
Yeah, it's got a bit more to it. A bit more than maybe, say, a BB Barbatos Lupus does.
So, do you want to start first with that Lupus?
Sure. let's talk about some Lupus.
Yeah, let's do the Lupus first, and then we'll decide what to do after that. How's that sound?
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay.
It's BB time.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, you start everything with "It's something something time." That's your stick. I like it.
Okay, as long as it works, I guess.
So what do you got for us today?
All right, so today we have BB, and this is BB kit number 402.
Okay.
I believe there's 400 of these kits.
That's
well, I mean, they're small enough, so I guess it is kind of believable that they have gone through 400 of these things already. But yeah, we're back again with another Lupus version. This is the Barbatos Lupus DX.
Okay.
So as you can tell, he's a tiny guy.
He looks like he's supposed to.
Yeah, if you look at the back, of course, there's the usual type of BB thing where a bit of open space. But if you're building a BB, more than likely you're going to be looking at the front. You're not going to... There's no reason to look at the back, right?
Yeah.
Just keep it at the front.
Okay.
Now, you do get some parts molded in colors here, and as far as like movability, it's a BB kit, so there's not a whole lot to go on, but the feet have a ankle joint, of course. They can move out, and there's no knee. They just got the leg, of course, and the arm. Well, the arm does have an elbow, so
there you go.
You can swivel that up, and yeah, you got some parts molded in color. But of course, being a BB kit, there are quite a few stickers. And to be honest, I spent more time putting stickers on this kit than I did actually putting the kit together.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So yep, that sounds about right. But he looks pretty cool. You have a choice of a couple of different eye stickers you can choose from if you want the big white eyes. Or if you just... I went with just a standard, kind of looks mean. No actual white in the eye part there. But for this kit, I have to say, this is cool, of course. If you like the Lupus and you're a BB fan, then you're going to like this. But this kit comes with some cool extras. And that's what really set this kit off for me, to be honest. All right, let's start with kind of getting... let me get this out of the way before I get into the weapons and the other stuff.
Okay.
All right, so this here is the Tekadon Mobile Worker. Now, if you go get those HG option sets for, not the most recent one, but most all the other ones before that, they all came with the Tekadon, or the Mobile Workers.
Yep.
So this one being a BB kit, it's actually bigger than what you get in those HG kits. Nothing is molded in color, but just that it's a bit bigger. This is kind of more cooler than what you get in those option sets, I have to say. It just looks a bit more cool. You'll have to paint it if you want to have actual colors. The guns don't move. It's all hollow on the bottom, and basically this thing is just two pieces that go together. So that's all there is to it. So that's kind of cool. It's just cool, a little extra thing they threw in there. All right, so let's go on to weapons, and there's something else also, but let me start off with the weapons.
Okay.
All right, so beginning with, let's start with the big sword. We get the Sword Maze. So we saw this one first time with that Lupus, I do believe.
The 1/100?
The HG kit.
HG kit? Oh, okay,
I believe.
But so it's like new for this BB kit?
It's new for the Lupus.
Okay.
So this is new for this form of the Barbatos.
Okay.
All right, so we get this one. We also get the large railgun.
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of maybe look, this one looks familiar. Of course, being a BB kit, this is not so detailed. If you look at it from the side, it's actually flat.
Yep.
But from the side, hey, it looks cool. Actually, I should show you this side, because that side had the open holes on it. So
there you go.
there you go. Now you're seeing the good side. Again, I should mention for the sword, if you look on the other side, it's hollow, of course. But yay, this side looks good.
Okay.
You get the large railgun. All right, so we get another sword, and on the HG kit, it didn't actually come with this sword. You had to buy the hash maul.
That's right.
To get this sword, but they're sparing no expenses. Is that the correct expression?
That's the expression, except that they are sparing expenses, which is why they're hollow.
With a BB kit, though, you get this sword.
Yeah, that's why it's DX.
DX. Although thinking of having a BB hash maul, I think that would be a totally awesome kit, and I would love to have a BB hash maul.
That would be cool.
That would be cool looking.
Okay.
So I wish they come out with that. But anyway, you get the sword that comes with it, so you get not one but two swords.
Okay.
And speaking of twos, let's start off with the other melee weapon.
Okay.
We get, I call them the corn cobs, but they are the twin maces.
There you go.
There you go. So you get two of them, and of course they do have a bit of hollow space in there, but they look cool.
Yeah.
All right, we also get, this is 2 of them. It's kind of hard to hold it here. So you can see the arm rocket launchers.
Nice.
And you get 2 of them. Because on the side of his arm here, you can plug them in so that he's holding his rocket launchers. Of course, I should have plugged the other one in for the camera there so I can block off the empty space. There you go.
Okay.
So you get 2 of those, but maybe you don't want to see that one. Maybe you would rather see the 200mm caliber guns for the forearm. So you have a choice of forearm guns that you can choose for this kit. So this Barbatos, he really comes packing the heat, I have to say. You got the swords, you got the rail guns.
Nice.
There you go. So he's pretty cool. But there is more. There is more. So we had the mobile worker, and this was actually kind of, I mean, Barbatos was cool, but when I saw this kit, the thing that I was really wanting to see the most was actually not the Barbatos, but the armored assault ship. Okay. It's kind of cool that you get this giant thing in the kit. Now,
it's like a baby rattle.
It is, isn't it kind of cool? Now, I took off it has this like kind of a stand, I guess, so you can sit there, just the bottom part of the ship. But if you pull this off, and if you look on the back of the Barbatos, there are 2 pegs, and this is actually designed so that if you really wanted, you can plug it in and use it as a backpack.
Nice.
So the Barbatos is now carrying the entire ship on his back.
Okay.
So that's kind of a cool option, I guess. Something extra. But wait, there's more that you can do with this ship.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look. Let me plug this back in. Make sure I'm plugging it in the right side. All right, so with this Barbatos, we had a ton of weapons, did we not? Whoops, there goes the side skirt. All right, so they kind of went, whoever was designing this, they had a fun field day, I guess, and they thought, wait a second, what if you could plug all of the weapons onto the ship?
Okay.
And that's what they did, so let me show you how you can do this. So you could take the maces, and you can plug them in here on the bottom. There you go. And you have these other weapons as well, and you can kind of choose how you want to do it. You could have these on here like this, or take the other ones. This was the rocket launchers, and they have a hole in the side, so you can plug them in on the side of the ship. So I think that kind of looks cooler. So I want to go with these on the sides of the ship. And we're not going to leave out the 200mm caliber guns. For those, we're going to plug them on top.
All right.
There we go. All right. Now you're thinking, but wait, there's more.
There should be more.
You are correct. All right, so we can take the sword mace, and they give you a hole here that you can plug this in.
Okay.
It kind of gives it like a tail.
Yeah. It does.
And they even give you room for the other sword. You can plug this one in here too. There you go. So you have a full sword thing. Now this one also, if you wanted to plug it in, you'd have to replace one of these and pop it onto the side. So they don't really...
For now, it's going without.
For now, it's going out. Or maybe I can plug it in the bottom. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, you can plug all of the weapons onto the ship here, and kind of gives it a nice little cool feature. Of course, it's not accurate for the show, but hey, that looks cool, does it not?
Yes, it does.
Isn't it spiffy? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
It looks very sci-fi.
It does.
It looks like a fantastic voyage and stuff like
It's just fun how they decided, well, we have this huge thing. Let's make places to plug in every weapon that comes with this kit onto it.
Reminds me of something from the Matrix.
The
first one. It's all right. It's all right. It's bigger than I thought it would be. That's for sure.
Yeah, if it had more color, that would be nice. But
okay,
you'd have to paint it.
Of course. Well, it is SD, so you can't get too carried away. They have a low price point for a reason.
Yeah.
Part of that is their lack of color separation. So there you go. But he is pretty cool. Okay, so now we have a couple GMs to talk about. We have a sniper and we have a ground type, right?
We do.
Why don't I go first with the sniper?
Okay.
Just because then we don't have 2 MGs to finish off the episode, right? Let me get the sniper out of the way, and then you can show your ground type, and then we'll just go for the ending with the frame covers.
It sounds like a plan.
It sounds like a plan? Okay, give me a second to get out the most important part of this kit.
Oh.
Okay, here it is, the GM Sniper 2 Master Grade kit. And it looks rather small and subdued compared to some of the current, or recent anyway, Master Grade kits. And that's because it is. It is what you call a small box MG. You know, not one of those big monstrous things. It's just one small, slightly fatter HG size box with a minimal amount of runners for an MG kit. But you know what? It actually turns out to be a lot of fun. So I've got him here with his shield on and his submachine gun. I'll talk about those in a second. He does come with... Oh, no. Leg off. I had this guy doing splits earlier. Just
Man down.
So, he does come with the beam saber handles in the back here, which you can pull off if you want to put on his beam saber, and they'll fit in his hand. You have extra hands. I'll show those in a second. On the back of the leg here, you have thrusters. They can move slightly. They're designed so they move, but once you put this housing around it, it's not really going to go anywhere. But elsewhere in this kit, the articulation is actually quite good. Quite good. He can bend. Man down. I had him doing the splits today.
I guess he can't bend that.
No, he
far.
can, but I had him like totally like so you can do it. And in some kits where the side skirts actually kind of interfere, they may pop off. That's not a problem, but he still can get like this.
Okay.
And even maybe stand.
You can do some Russian dancing.
Yeah, I was testing them out, and the ankle joints are pretty good. A lot of movement in there, and the knees especially. So you know he's meant to like be down on his knees, sniping and stuff, in some of the promotional material. I'll get to that in a minute. I always tend to kind of try out my kits when it comes to what they can and cannot do. So, in terms of articulation, anyway, and then I end up with a leg pointing in all kinds of weird directions. So, right, this is supposed to be like that. Now, some people may not be aware of this, but a lot of the frame on this Sniper 2 comes from the RX-782 2.0 kit, which actually there's a 2.0 Gym at that time as well. So the Gym Sniper 2 was a Gym 2.0 base. And you are using quite a few of the frame parts. Of course, they give you different frame parts in the knees and the elbows. They give you different frame parts. This is kind of cool, actually. In here to cover up the frame, the joint as it's assembled. And right here on the back of the ankle, on the RX-782 kit, they didn't really have a cover that would stay on well. This actually is put on and kept on by these side pieces. It works really well, so you're not going to have this piece fall off the back. And sometimes when we bring in Facepalm Gundam, you see he loses that back piece. The shield's attached the same way, and the actual attachment area here is from the 2.0 RX-782, so you know, the frame in there is similar. The elbows are different. You're given different hands than the RX-782 uses. You're actually given the hand runner, which is from the Age kit.
Really?
Yeah, it's from
Age
the
1 or?
MG Age 1.
Okay.
They had what they called an MP hand runner, and it's probably the best hands when you consider like part swapping hands. It's probably the best hands I've ever used.
Ooh.
Because the connection is actually quite solid, and they stay in there for the most part. And this is straight from the Age kit. You're not going to use the wrist joint frame parts here. They actually give you different frame parts for the wrist joint because he can curl this way and he can curl this way, which the RX-78 could not do, and the Age kit could not really do either. So you get a little bit more wrist action in there. And you're also given just one extra frame part, or sorry, one extra hand part here, which is to go around the weapon. So I've got it on the submachine gun, and you get the ammo cartridge can pull off here, and you're given extra ammo cartridges. Here you go. We got 1, 2, 3, so we get extra of those, like so. Before I pull out what everybody's waiting to see, I'm going to show you that this visor can open and close.
Ooh.
I prefer it open, but you know, when you get down to business, you put it closed. And I also want to talk about the articulation here before I get the gun in his hand, because he's meant to, you know, hold that weapon. And look what he can do on the shoulders there. This design actually inside here is from the RX-782, and it went together exactly the same, although the base frame part was for this kit. You also can bend him forward like so at the waist. That's pretty cool. Or sideways, considerable amount. So he actually moves quite a bit. And I guess they kind of needed him to do that with the poses he would be assuming because he's holding a giant sniper rifle. So, here's my shield. You can see it stands up like that. Yay. You know, I don't know why I need that, but we'll save the best for last. So I'm going to pull these out. These are from the 2.0 Gundam, and you can see all I did not use were the skirt frame parts. 1, 2, 3. You actually use the base skirt parts from this kit, and then you have new parts for the top and the sides. So they actually kind of attach better, I feel. And then, of course, this is also from the 2.0. You use all of this runner except for right here, which, if you're not familiar with them, they actually go on the 2.0 shield. So, of course, there's no shield like that here. You do it a little bit differently. So let's get out a rifle. There it is. Now, it comes with the legs, the tripod, I guess you could say. You can make the tripod go like that. You can actually slide this piece around as well, like depending on where you want it to be. I usually just keep it there, like this. Now the hand part, I'll take it off of my bullpup here and I'll put it on my sniper rifle and I'll go camping. It has an edge in here that will fit into the gap here, but you have to kind of put the finger in and then kind of push it up at this angle. There it is, and now it's not going anywhere. That hand is on there for good. So let's now plug it into our new hands here, or our H hands. There you go. So he is now holding his rifle. He is ready for a good time. So I guess he waits. Maybe he sees somebody off in the distance that he might need to talk to, if you know what I'm saying. Have a better look at. He'll get down into his pose. And this is actually kind of cool. When you have that articulation in the arm, and you can get him, you know, having this kind of cool sniper pose here. And then you can actually tilt the neck forward, so he has a better chance of looking down the sight. So let's see if I can line him up a bit better here. He's going to look down the sight. Of course, it becomes important that the front arm is in the right spot. Here we go. Look down there. Watch out, everybody. He's watching you. That's a pretty cool pose, I think. But I prefer this one, so I'm going to need the tripod. And he's going to... Oh, this happens with every RX-78 2.0 kit. And even the Zaku 2.0s. They do it too. You just get used to it. I will have him down, and I will hopefully get this in the right spot here. The tripod is on. He's going to have to turn his head a little bit to secure this. Come on, get the shot. There you go. Oh, hand came off. I had this earlier when I was monkeying around with it. So there he is. He is going to take the shot. Watch out. He's got his tripod. He's pretty stable. The neck won't turn too much this way, but that's alright. There he goes. There's somebody in his sights. I would suggest you watch out. Alright. Snipey, watch out. You never know what's going to hit you. This 18-meter tall robot decides to take a fire shot at you. Oh, you're safe there behind the shield. No problem.
See, it'll protect the HG kit, but master grade's going to be...
You have to get really small. It's a lot of fun.
Oh.
I mean, it's based on that 2.0 Gundam, which was a really solid kit back when it was released like 8 years ago.
It's been 8 years.
Something like that.
Oh, Lord.
But it's nice to just kind of get into this kind of MG again after so much of the elaborate things. Like I'm not afraid to pick this up. I'm not afraid to play with it.
Right.
And it was just like, you know, snap it together. Oh, you know, this is new, this is not new. I look forward to maybe taking it back apart and maybe painting and things like that. But for now, I'm really satisfied with the GM Sniper 2. So I guess this guy's right here. We can get right into him.
Yeah, sure.
You gonna peek out from undercover? Is it safe?
Is it safe to come out now?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so on to a little bit smaller GM this time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not the sniper, of course.
No, he's not.
This is the RGM-79G GM ground type from Gundam, the 8th MS team, 08th MS team.
Yeah, okay.
So it's been a little while since we had a HGUC kit, it seems like. Because we had, what was it? The last kit number 201 wasn't actually Universal Century. That was the Strike.
201.
201.
Yeah, what was that? HGCE?
The HGCE.
Yeah.
So before that, we had the gold one. Actually, I had that last episode.
Yeah.
But it seems like they've slowed down a bit on the Universal Century kits.
Yeah.
But we're back again with a new one finally.
Okay.
And it's a GM. So GMs, of course, they're not like the most powerful suits in the world. They're kind of, they're there to be cannon fodder and whatnot.
Yes,
so.
for the most part.
So, but well, that's kind of cool that you can buy tons of these and make tons of them to have like a full army. Because for the RX-78, there's -2. There's only like one. So, but GMs, there's tons of GMs. So if you want to have a full GM army, then you can build tons and tons of GMs.
Okay.
But for today, let's take a look here at the 79 GM ground type.
Okay.
All right, so he got some nice looking colors there. Look at that nice pale orange. Isn't that
It definitely looks like it needs to be a kind of a ground-to-ground suit with that orange.
They chose some interesting colors, I guess you should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he doesn't have a whole lot of stickers to go on really either, so that was kind of cool. But there was one sticker I just wanted to point out that kind of did drive me nuts putting it on, and just the way it looks after I got it on the kit was around the vents here. Yeah, let me just see if I can pull this off. Yeah, I wish they had like just gave it like a because they have the color here already, just like an outline with the vent that would pop in, but no, they give you the gray vent. And then there's just this sticker that you kind of this is one entire sticker. You just
wrap it around.
You have to put it on the middle and wrap it around, but you're just left with these corners that kind of
I am not a fan.
Stick out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did good though. It looks good.
Yeah, I tried, but I think Bandai could have done better. Come on, Bandai. This is HG, the premium line.
That's right.
But anyway, he looks cool. He looks a GM, and he has an interesting. I don't remember the last time I saw this. I feel like I've seen it before, but I can't remember the last kit that I saw this. If you can think of it, please remind me.
Yeah.
So the joint, it's not that usual like the polycap that goes on the top and you snap him on. It sticks forward, and then on the inside of the chest here you have this piece here, so you kind of like slide it on there.
And he can really bend forward, I guess.
So yeah, it gives him a bit more motion as far as bending and whatnot. But that's kind of cool. Let me see if I can, just kind of show you guys that.
Okay.
Move the room. A bit more posability. We can go a bit too far, I guess.
Yes, see right inside of him.
Oh, help. You can see my insides. There you go. But he doesn't have a complete inner frame like some of the kids, but that's okay. He's a GM. He's a GM. Well, speaking of stickers, actually, while I'm here, he does come with numbers.
Nice.
So you have your choice of numbers, and there are some bigger numbers if you would like to put them on his shield here. So he does come with a cool shield. You can have it sticking on his arm there. There you go.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Or, of course, just like we saw with the cool sniper, the GMs, they like to hide behind their ginormous shields here. So, yep, there we go.
There you go. Your ankle is protected.
Don't shoot me, guys. I'm protected. Well, maybe he's going to hide behind it.
Okay.
Play hide and go seek there for a little bit or whatnot.
Okay.
Alright, so what else do we get with this kit?
I want to see the net gun.
The net gun. Oh, you're beating me to the punch.
Sorry, I saw that on the box last week and I was like, the net gun. I want to see the net gun.
Alright, let's start off with the smaller weapons first.
Okay.
Alright, so we have a 100mm machine gun with, they do give you some big color, plastic color on this one.
Okay.
So that's kind of nifty. He just plugs it in there. And of course, we have a rocket launcher. So he can try to fire away. And with the rocket launcher, they give you the... Let me just pop him off there. They give you a new piece that you can pop onto the back here.
Oh, okay. Let's swap.
So you can swap that out, and that way he can go camping with his rocket launcher. Carry it on his back there. There we go.
Okay.
Whoops. There we go. Come on. Work with me. All right. And we also have, before we get into the crazy weapons, the leg armor here. Actually, this part can pop off.
Oh my.
And on the inside, this is where he holds the beam saber handles.
Oh, okay.
So the beam saber handles come off here, and when you take that off, you can just put that back in there. So an extra storage pocket. This guy's wearing some cargo pants.
I was gonna say, it's a big pocket right there.
The cargo pants of the Gundam
by
world.
my knee and pull out my weapon.
Right, no skinny jeans for this guy.
Okay.
And they do give you 2 beam sabers. So you have an extra beam saber that you can. No, there's another handle here, but if you want a beam saber for your lunar gazer, no.
There you go.
There you go. So we do get the beam sabers, of course, 2 of them.
Yep.
You get an open hand if you would like an open hand.
Okay.
And of course, the big weapon.
Yeah, look at that thing.
This
looks
is
like a
the
lock-on
net gun.
Stella or something.
Of course, on the box they show it with like a light gray color on the back, but this is only in one color. Yep. You do get some stickers for the sides, and I guess he's ready to launch some nets. It doesn't come with a net though, but that is pretty cool.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, not bad. He's got a hide though. There we go.
He's got a hide.
I'm gonna shoot you. There we go. Alright, so I think that's really about it for HG kit number 202, the RGM 79 GM ground type. So I think GM lovers out there will like this.
Yeah. It's nice and detailed.
Yeah, it's got some interesting parts to it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a HGUC. We don't seem to get a lot of HGUC kits these days.
Yeah, we're really focused on IBO and the build fires kits and things like that. So it's nice to get like the older kits, like the sniper and the ground type. So keep it up, is what I say.
Yeah, it would be nice, but well, we'll have to see what happens.
Okay. I guess, does that wrap up your ground type GM?
That's it for me.
Okay, so I gotta move some stuff around here because I have this guy to talk about.
Oh.
And you can see I've already got all the frame covers on here.
So, so how are we going to do this?
How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to do this.
Oh my.
There we go. So we have a frame and there are no frame covers on the joints. And we are going to show you kind of how to get those on there. So let me get prepared because there's some preparation.
He lost an arm.
Yeah, I know, because I got to put some stuff on there. There's some preparation needed. Give me some time.
Okay.
Now we're going to show you how to do some of this work with these frame covers here. And here they are. I got the long, small ones. Man, those are long, right? And I got the medium and I got the big ones. So I don't know if we're going to get all of them on today, but we'll do what we can do. But first I want to show you the frame. I'll move this guy out of the way. And I'll bring in this guy so we can talk about the differences in frames. Now, I mentioned before when I had the big one here that they have the same kind of joints in the knee. And you can see these pieces are the same here, here, and here, and here. But I don't have this same piece here. This is meant to kind of move in this gap between these side knee parts. And this one, because you're putting this frame cover on, you're not going to have anything moving in there. They actually just leave that gap as it is. So it will always be there. Also, here you would put your circular piece for the knee, which looks like that. All right. You would just put it on there. It would stay there, and it would just sit there, and the knee bends, and this moves on its own. This side part, which you will cover up, actually is part of the lower frame, and it will bend as you bend. All right. So when you get this extreme bend here, it actually moves into a different position. So it's kind of where it's supposed to be until about there. And if you bend it more, then it actually kind of moves on its own. But you have so much armor on, I don't think you really have to worry about it. And because you're having a frame cover that whole thing here. You know, on the RX-782, you would punch a hole and put the cover on through the frame cover. This one, you don't have to do that because this is on the leg frame and it will move. You don't need to worry about punching holes in anything here on this frame cover on this kit. So more or less, I'll show the elbows as well. They're the same. Yeah. And then this piece becomes different because I'm going to be putting frame cover there as well. So I'm going to get the frame covers and stuff ready, and probably we will have to move the camera in because they're quite small. And I also have to pop this apart here and expose that that piece there, which is quite a bit different than the original piece. Let's see, do we have it on here? Yeah. Here's the original piece, this one here. This one here is actually for the bottom of the leg, but it's totally replaced with this here. Much narrower because the frame cover is going to be going on, and then the armor piece is going to be going around it. So, yeah, I guess I got to get prepared now. Okay, we've disassembled the frame of the Zaku Thunderbolt, the Psycho Zaku, and we're going to go section by section here, and we're going to start with the torso because that's kind of the order you go in the manual. And we've kind of, well, Todd has kind of assembled it, kind of almost, I guess you would say, where you need to be at this stage, minus some armor parts. But I want to take this opportunity to show that switch at the back, which is really hard to show when you've got it armored up. This switch, when I turn it, will actually open and close this door. So, oh, closed, open. Oh, I can see him in there. That guy's got no arms and legs. Oh, close, open. So we'll leave it closed, I suppose. And now I need this piece, which looks very familiar. It's from the B runner, which I believe is, the normal Zaku. And this is what's going to go from here to here. And normally you put the pipings on when you're doing a Zaku, like this guy, right? You have the pipings all in here. Well, with this guy, I'm going to use frame cover. And it's quite long. Like, here's my piece here, and here's my frame cover. It's 20 centimeters long, but it says I need to cut it because I need 10 centimeters. And even in the manual, here, if I can show you this here, they give you this ruler. I can cut according to this, or I could just use the mat I have here because it's already showing me centimeters. So I'll just kind of line it up here. This is where I'm going to have to cut, and I will just snip this in half right here. Go. There I go. Now I have my 2. It does say you can adjust for size, and you might need to. Oh, come on back here. Where'd that part go? Right down here. Sorry, everybody. Here it is. You might need to because, well, you think, oh my goodness, like 10 centimeters. That's way longer than this piece. This piece only looks to be like 5 centimeters. But remember, you're crunching it up. Now, the manual says, and this differs from the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt, they wanted you to pre-scrunch everything. But you never had the ones that were this small. You only had like the larger ones. This one says, you kind of put it on there and then add wrinkles to the frame by like squeezing it in. But what I found when I was doing this here, and here's a little hint for everybody, you got to be able to open this up. So I use toothpicks because I don't want to use my knife. All right. I want to be able to open up. What I found is like you start to do this, and then you might kind of run into this edge, especially down here. You might run into an edge. Even right here, see? It's splat, it's split. Don't worry, I cut that off. I adjust. Here's what I suggest. And I'll leave that and I'll use this other one just because I don't want to cut off any pieces, any lengths yet. Here's what I suggest. You saw me open it up with this thing. Put this all the way in, like that. Go like this, and this is similar to what you did with your RX-782. And just squish, squish, squish. Squish, squish, squish. Go, go, go. Get it all squishy. Get it all squishy. And then you can, you only have to work with something this small. Here's the head, and it more or less covers, it goes the same. You're still using this frame cover though. And you are using, where are the pieces off of that B runner? Where's my B runner?
Was it at that bottom one?
Yeah. Alright, you're using the smaller ones here, so I guess I'll go same side as I did there. Which to me I think is B12? Yeah, let's do B12. No, B13? B12. It's alright. It's alright. Cut this little piece off. That's for now. Now it says that I need to make it 8 centimeters. Right? So what I would do is, seeing as this one kind of split on me already, I don't mind cutting it, but I will line it up to be 8 centimeters. Right? Like so. Just cut it off. The 2 centimeters that I don't need. Open it up the same way. Right. Now this one, because it's so thin, I can slide it in there probably without too much of a problem. Right. Get it around there, but it is kind of that bend is still impeding this, so I would have to kind of monkey around with it to get it around here. So that's again why I suggest just pre-crinkling it. Now doing this shouldn't weaken the frame cover. It's when you're turning it or pushing it around corners and things like that. So I'll be a little more gentle this time. The first time I did this, I was so scared of, doing some damage to it that I was pretty gentle, but this time I'm moving a little more quickly. So I'll get this on here. Remember, don't do what I just did. Let's make sure we don't split anything. And we are good. We are good. So pull this on here. I have, for the most part, got this on. So I can always squeeze this on after. But if I feel that it's too bunched up here, and on one of mine I kind of did, I can just, cut this off if I don't feel it's necessary. But we'll leave it as it is. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Okay, so I'm only doing one side, remember. So I've got one side here. What I'm going to do is I've got my head, and I need to place in more parts than I'm going to actually put in. But we're, for the sake of the show, just going to do the minimum here. We're not assembling the entire kit. So we will put this in here, if it goes. Oh, so tiny. Get out your tweezers, everybody. Bear with me.
I always end up wanting to put those things on backwards.
Yeah. I find that I seem to move more quickly than I need to these days. And I end up, just dropping parts instead of handing them. Like I could probably use my tweezers here, and it would have been a much better idea. But I always just go right with my hands. So once I got that on here, I'm going to drop on this piece as well. This head piece doesn't need to be on yet. Taking this one off, putting this on here. This will help secure things in there, right? Now I can put the eyepiece in and the visor and this as well. But for now, I'm going to leave that off and just go with this. So with this piece here, this will go in here. And then this piece will drop in from the back like that. So I do feel it is kind of thick in here. I would maybe cut it off and stretch it out a little bit more so it's not so bunched up. One thing I didn't like, I'll show you in here, is that on previous, all the other frame covers, they kind of put into the frame and then armor goes on top and you never see this connecting area. But on this kit, unless I can somehow jam this frame cover into this red piece, which I tried to do. Sorry guys, here it is. If I try to jam this frame cover into this red piece, you're always going to see kind of where it connects. I didn't necessarily like that too much. So I'll just go right into it, I suppose. Here's my arm frame. Now it's got a little more pieces on than I probably need, but the key here is these two tabs, like so. So I now need to get out of the frame cover medium, which is this one. So go like this, reach in here and I'll pull out a frame cover medium. Now this is quite a bit thicker than I just saw. and it's, you know, it's going to fit around here without a problem. But you know, they say to put it on and then add the wrinkles, but sometimes I think that that's harder said than done. So
how many covers do they give you for the medium?
You only get 2 medium covers.
Okay.
And you don't get to do any cutting. So if you make a mistake, well then. You know. And this is just kind of why some people are kind of daunted by these kits. I feel is that, you know, for example, if I mess this up, I don't get another one. You know? I try to keep that seam, like I mentioned on the FA Gundam video. I try to keep the seam where it won't be visible, like, but it's hard. I will admit. If I put it here, right, the seam would run down right in here, and you would see it, and you kind of can't. Right in here. The seam would be back there. On this kit, it makes more sense to maybe put the seam kind of sideways, not front to back, but sideways, like so. Once you get like these tabs lined up, though, let's get these tabs lined up. I'm supposed to like push and get that wrinkle, but it's not an easy task to do that. You know, I can.
It's not a good surface underneath to push it down on.
Exactly. I mean, I can go like this, I suppose, right? I can get it if I'm embracing it, and actually having this polycap on the bottom is helping in this regard. You wouldn't actually have that on at this stage. But basically, you're gonna crunch, 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 crunch. Get it like this, and you have to kind of put it all the way on here like that just to get everything wrinkled. But what I found with this guy though is there's a lot of frame cover you're just never going to see. You see how long it is?
Yeah, that's pretty good size.
Yeah. So once you've got the kind of the wrinkles you want, you know, you'll pull it back up. Somewhat. Oh, let me turn the page to make sure I remember this correctly. And now you're going to put your armor on the front and back, and then you'll bend it, and then you'll put more frame parts, or more armor parts around the top, frame and armor parts. But if you can get to this stage, then you should be okay. But there is one area you're going to have to be careful with. And I don't know if we have the part here, but it's this orange piece here. If this piece, when it goes on, it's such a tight fit. It is so tight. So if you have too much excess kind of jumbled up in here, the chances of you getting that orange piece on smoothly are greatly diminished. You can do it, and I did it with mine, but you have to push quite a bit. So it is best if you have the majority of your excess kind of frame runner down towards the bottom, and only have what you need to get it to bend and clamp your sides on there. Because if you have too much up at the top here, that orange piece is not going to go on. I'm going to forego adding all those pieces for now, but to keep this on here, I'll just replace that joint. There you go. All right. There he is. You can monkey around with it and get it kind of how you want before you start putting all the armors on and everything else. But there I go. I got a frame cover there. Frame cover large. Let me grab one of these. Again, you're only given 2. So don't mess up. I mean, it's easier for us to say, oh, don't mess it, or, you know, just go for it, because if you mess up, it's not hard to get apart because we live in Japan, but people internationally who may...
Well, I wonder if you could just use like a heat shrink type tubing to...
Oh, I'm sure you have a lot of options available to you. Garbage bags. This is weird. Like, the fit is so narrow because you're supposed to build that. You're supposed to build this leg, and then it's supposed to go into these tabs here from the top. So I have to get it around there. I can do it. I can do it. Now, because I was, you know, thinking I already knew what I was doing, I pre-scrunched this one. If you pre-scrunch this guy, there's no. It's really difficult to get it around this wide part here. Oh. Yeah, so please don't make the mistake I did. I've got the seams running on the side as well because it will be covered up on the side by those circles and stuff. But you get it in here, and you want to kind of make sure you hold it so it goes. And then you're gonna apply your pressure and get all your wrinkles. I'll just keep going here, even though I'm already past the knee here. Go, 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 go. As much as I feel I want. But then you bring it back up and you put it underneath. Alright, so I now have, and make sure you bend it to make sure you got the right amount of length, because you're going to need it. Alright, so get that, bend, bend. So I think this looks not bad, and I do have it secured underneath all the tabs on all the sides. So once I have this, that's when I start placing, you know, these pieces on here, trying to get it locked in. So I would go like that. You're supposed to add the feet at some point too. But what I might do is go right into this part here. This part should be here and here, right? This one here. Chunk. Oh, sorry everybody. This part goes on here. And if you have too much of this frame cover here, you're going to impede where it connects, so please keep that in mind. But even if you feel that, you know, there's something in the way, once you start applying the armor, it will condense it and push it in its right spot there. So I've got this. I can add this. I find this is my fault here, but if I'm not paying attention and I start trying to, like, I get the frame cover on and I don't realize which way the leg is supposed to go, you have to bend it. Remind yourself. Let's put that in there like so. Get my other leg part. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. There you go. So it actually worked out pretty good in here. My seam is going to be covered up in there, and you can see in the back. You'll see your wrinkles. You'll see them in the front as they stretch out. It looks like I've got enough length this way. I don't have to worry about it becoming white and weakening. You know, tearing. It should be fine. I'll attach my foot. But wait, there's possibly more. Actually, this would be where I attach this part and this part. I don't know if I necessarily need to show this one, but you are using the same frame cover, but you're also using the springs. So my advice is to kind of, you know, cut your length, feed something like a toothpick or this, you know, shish kebab thing in there to get it open, and then kind of slide your spring if you can kind of onto this, and then move it onto the spring, similar to how you would build the 2.0 when you're doing that section there. But then if you're building this kit, you know it's all symmetrical until you decide kind of you put the outside armor piece on, and then you know to connect what you need to connect. Maybe I'm gonna leave it like that though. I don't want to get all crazy in here. And the actual spring that you are assembling works much better. It's quite simple when you're adding your frame cover onto the spring. So I don't know if I need to do too much. Let's pretend I am finished. And let's put this guy back to at least almost where he was before we started. Just go slow, follow the manual. You should be okay. Okay, so I hope that helped anybody out there who is maybe struggling with the frame covers.
I think so. It helped me.
Good, good. Maybe you can go back and finish that off.
Go back and build him.
There you go. Now I guess we've shown all the Gunpla there is to show. Which means we gotta get to the comments.
Is it that time already?
I think so. So you pull out the comments, and I'm just gonna snipe. Is that alright? It's so nice to play with it. Nothing falling out of his hands.
Playing with Plamo.
I'm playing with this Plamo. I'll just enter this as a scratch build kit. Look, it's gonna shoot right at the camera. Watch out, everybody. Visor is down. He's business.
Sniper mode.
That's right. Okay.
All right. So let's begin with the comments.
Okay.
All right. So the first comment we have here is from Tatsu09.
Okay.
All right. And Tatsu09 says, "Thanks for clearing up the rules for the competition. One more question, though.
Okay.
We can post progress of multiple kits, but only submit one as a final submission, correct?"
That is correct. You can, Well, you can post progress of multiple kits, but you can only put one kit per group. So you can't have like 5 intermediate level kits, right?
Okay.
You can join each group with one kit, and then when it comes time to submit, you have to choose one of them and submit it. That's all. So you can build a nice beginner kit, a nice intermediate kit, and a nice advanced kit, but you're gonna have to choose between one of those 3 to submit your final entry. So
I see.
There you go.
All right.
So good luck to everybody in there.
Good luck to all.
Already seeing a lot of posting in the groups. It's great. It's great.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next comment from Enshu.
Okay.
And Enshu says, on the topic of standing on plastic, one thing I can stand by, hashtag lame pun,
That is lame.
is the next worst thing than stepping on Legos is a Gundam.
Okay. I imagine that would hurt.
Oh, I was posing my Curios when it fell over when I turned to get something. Took a step back and I hurt my very soul more than my foot.
The soul?
The soul. Another lame pun there.
I hurt my soul.
Hashtag lame pun.
Okay.
Needless to say, it's now battle damaged. Oh.
Yeah, I think everybody knows. Well, I would say everybody knows. Maybe they don't, but it's that kind of a meme on the internet that, stepping on Lego, here's my new home security system, and they show a picture of a guy's Lego all over the floor. Right? Introduce steps on that, and you will know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I have memories as a child of kind of stumbling through the house in the dark and stepping on a Lego and
those square blocks, the sharp corners on those blocks.
On those narrow ones.
ABS plastic. It's pretty tough. You can't really squish those things.
That's right. Good old Lego.
Good old Lego.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next question from Jilu.
Okay.
I have a question.
I know.
But not exactly related to this episode.
Okay.
In December of 2015, there was some announcement about RE Kshatriya kit.
Yep.
Do you have any info about this release? By the way, I prefer watching episode here because you see all those pictures of the kits. And that's true.
Yeah.
If you're on just YouTube, you won't see all of the nice pictures that Sid takes of each of the kits with cool poses and whatnot.
Yeah, we try to show, well, of course, there's only so much we can show on camera, and the camera might miss some details, or we might forget something.
Right.
But we try to take nice pictures so everybody can kind of go back and look over the kit after they watch the video. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you're not going to get any.
You're not going to get that. You need to go to Hobbylink TV and find the episode, and you'll see all the pictures of the kits.
There you go.
So that's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, so now I guess we have to talk about the Kshatriya.
We do.
Yeah, and there's nothing to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, I was super excited when I went to the Gunpla Expo. Was the Gunpla Expo that time?
Or was it Shizuoka?
Oh, yeah, I think it was Shizuoka. And they had announced a whole new line, the RE100 line, and they had Nightingale there. And our first thought is, this is perfect for the Kshatriya.
Right.
Like, now they can do it. They have a whole line dedicated to that kind of stuff. And since then, it's been, it's kits about this size. The Ifrit and stuff like that, they're cool. The GP04, they're cool. But after that Nightingale, we want more of that. Definitely, that is your excuse to make a Kshatriya.
Right. Some more big kits.
I don't understand why it has not happened yet.
Well, they should. They had this lineup of now in development or now future planning type thing, and Kshatriya was there. So.
Yeah, and the Reborn's Gundam, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I saw that in RE100. So we have to wait and see. They come out every 5 months or so, unfortunately. So we gotta wait for the next announcement, which could happen soon. We don't know yet.
We don't know, but it'll be interesting. Well, the decade is not over.
That's right. Once the rumors come out and it looks like it is a thing, we will definitely talk about it. We probably will not stop talking about it. Right? So.
Kshatriya's here.
Kshatriya finally here.
I don't know. The boxer eyes will be like, oh, it's here. Oh, praise Jesus.
Okay. Next, we have one more.
All right, let's go on to Hubix.
Okay.
Next comment is from Hubix. I always have wonder, why does the Gunpla boxes don't have any seal or plastic to secure the contents? Amazingly, I have never received a Gunpla box with missing contents, even when they have traveled across the world. Is there some Bandai magic that keeps the content all together? I remember my old Revel kits having protective plastic on the outside box, but not my Gunpla kits.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think it's a cultural thing, to be honest. When I went back to Canada after starting to work here, and being familiar with Gundam and model kits, I actually found a place that sold Gundam models. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I saw like the plastic shrink wrap around them, and then the age sticker, the warning sticker, and everything else. In Japan, they don't have to worry about that. And I think it comes down to maybe one real reason is that they're not worried about people lifting parts from kits in Japan.
Yeah, why would you?
I know. If you go to like Akihabara, the big stores there, and there's just stacks and stacks and stacks of Gundam. And all the kits, like, they'll even like open up a box and like put the lid underneath it so you can see the contents and stuff like that. Like, they're not really concerned with people walking off with parts, which may be a concern in North America and Europe and other places in which take the time to secure contents and things like that. Yeah.
In Japan, it's not just Bandai and Gunpla either. The Tamiya kits, Hasegawa kits, Fujimi, Aoshima, all those kits, they're designed that way because you're supposed to be able to go to a hobby shop and open up the kit and look inside the box and see what you're buying. So that's kind
especially
of
with a model where you kind of only have a picture of what it's supposed to look like, unless you open the box and see what
you
the
can't really see the panel. Does it have scribe panel lines? Does it have raised panel lines for aircraft models and stuff? But
yeah, I know in Toys R Us, if you go, there's some Toys R Us, they'll have a glass case with like the Bandai collector's action figures in there.
Right.
But I think that's more because they want to limit them to one per customer. So those are always limited. So yeah, you can take a ticket and go to the counter and get your
collector's items, you don't want to get that box damage.
That's true too. They'll probably don't want the kids grabbing it off the shelf.
Yeah, Mom, I want this. Whoops.
Yeah, well, there's a Toys R Us just down the road from us. If you go there on the weekend, I trot in there, and there's so many little kids running around grabbing things, and
that's what kids do.
That's what they do.
They grab stuff.
Don't touch
they play
that Star Wars
with
figure.
it.
It's a little bit Kylo Ren. Are you done with comments?
I believe so.
Okay, well, then I'm going to read mine, because we have something important to do here.
Uh-oh. I think we had something a bit big last
Yes, we did. We brought on the... Salanthropus.
Salanthropus.
Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Or the Gundam Hugo.
The Gundam Hugo with long legs. Yeah. There was a lot of excitement for this kit.
Yeah.
Maybe more than I thought there would be. And for good reason, I guess, when you consider
it's cool.
what you're getting.
Metal Gear's popular. So.
Right. So the winner is comment number 18.
18?
And it says, it's Black Lotus.
Ooh.
He says, Metal Gear giveaway. I won't win it. Prove me wrong. Challenge accepted. Actually, I didn't do anything. It's all random number generator. I hit a button and out it comes. So
18, okay.
There you go. Black Lotus, the random number generator, called your bluff.
Yeah.
And I'll be contacting you to ask for your address, and then I'll be sending it off to you. And when it finally gets there, you'll be completely proven wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Now for this week, actually, can I take that back because it's kind of large?
You can have it.
Okay. IBO is all the rage. You know where we are. Kit number 32.
32.
We're already 32.
And how many of those 32 were Barbatos?
9.
9, 10.
7.
We're getting some new ones.
And this guy.
Yeah.
Astaroth. I keep wanting to say Sephiroth because that's in my brain, of course. Have you seen the new One Winged Angel Play Arts Kai Sephiroth that just came in? It's awesome. Maybe I'll find a excuse to bring it on.
Was it a model kit?
No, of course not. It's an action figure, but holy cow, does it look beautiful. Astaroth, you're more familiar with this one than I am, although we both built it.
Well, I brought it in and I had matched the parts to make it more symmetrical.
Wasn't that part of the Mandrodi or something? Mandrodi? I can't remember. This is one of the giveaways.
Okay.
Astaroth.
What's the other one?
The other one is
what?
Deja Vu.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. So I thought, I have both of them.
We're going crazy here.
This one I need to replace. Just pop the polycap in there.
Polycap fell off.
Yeah, I was playing with it, and
playing with Plamo.
I was playing with Plamo, and I was trying to take the backlight off, and that happened. So, yeah, I'll put this all back together, or let the winner do so.
Yeah.
But I have a Astaroth kit to put away. Look at this.
Look at that sword.
That's cool. I have 2 Astaroth kits to give away. So Todd, why don't you tell people how they can win one of the 2?
Okay, if you guys would like to win one of these 2 Astaroth kits, you will need to go to hobbylink.tv and find episode number 231 and post a comment.
There you go.
I like Astaroth.
I like Astaroth.
I like Sephiroth.
Sephiroth. There you go. Yeah, so that's it. I'll take these back.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to wrap up the episode. Todd, you want to say what you usually say?
Okay, so guys, remember we are brought to you by Hobbylink Japan, so HLJ.com, so please be sure to buy your kits from us to support us.
Yeah.
Also, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook and Reddit and Tumblr. Yeah.
YouTube.
I don't remember
We go
all
through
of
this
them.
all. That's, you know why we forget is because we don't use all these.
I know.
We're too old.
I know.
I'm too old for the internet. What's a Tumblr?
I don't have
It's something
Instagram.
I should be avoiding, right? Yeah.
Mm.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Yeah. We'll come back with some IBO kits next week.
Okay.
And then we'll be into February, so the February releases will be on their way.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, until the end of April, there is a contest going on. Playing
That's
with
right.
Plamo 2017.
Better get playing with your Plamo.
That's right. If you have not joined the group yet and are participating actively, please don't miss out. Join us.
Yep.
There's a lot of cool stuff already being posted. People are posting that first shot, like, I'm going to build this. And then, they're following that up. And it's cool to see such excitement again. And just tons and tons of models all done differently. So I'm excited. I'm checking the groups quite often. Of course, that means I'm going to be judging.
Yeah.
That's going to take some time, but
Be judging.
it just comes with the job. Okay, so let's end the episode there.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you all later.